Hello, hello. Happy Sunday. Come on in. Say hello. I'm usually not on Sundays, but I thought I would pop on real quick because I need to make a couple of things, and this Easter wreath is one of them. So come on in. Let me know where you're watching from and if you can see me and hear me. I am Amanda with Whimsy Wreath Design Co. And tonight we are going to make this Happy Easter grapevine wreath, which is a little bit different than what I normally make. Usually I do the deco mesh online, so we're gonna do something a little bit different. I just posted a video of how to clean a grapevine wreath, and now we're gonna go ahead and make the wreath. So let me just get everything set up. If you're not already on my email list, make sure you go to my website, whimsywreathdesignco.com, and you can sign up to join my email list. I'm using StreamYard today. We're trying this out so that we're broadcasting in a couple of different places at the same time. So thank you for hopping on. And don't forget, if you don't see the red live box in the top left corner, that means that you are catching the replay, and go ahead and put hashtag replay for me so I can welcome you in. So, all right, everything looks good. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first part of this design, my heat's coming on. Hopefully it doesn't make it too hard to hear. If it does, please let me know. So the first part of this design is going to be this Happy Easter sign, which I think is really cute. It's a neutral wooden sign that I just left natural. I thought this was really cute as is. And I went ahead and already attached the pipe cleaners to the back, which is how we're going to put it on the wreath. And I used my handy dandy staple gun, which I love. This is the Power Shot. I'm going to put it on my Amazon list. I do have an Amazon affiliate link. If you go to amazon.com/shop/Whimsy Wreath Design Co., you can see products that I recommend and I use for everything, crafting, wreath making, all that good stuff. So when you come on in, don't forget to let me know where you are watching from. And yeah, let's get started. So the first thing that I'm going to do, I already cleaned my grapevine wreath. This one is it's really nice. It came out pretty just as is. I didn't have to do too much to it. So the first thing I'm going to decide is which way we want to put it. So this looks like the back to me, and this looks like the front. There's no right or wrong answers. So that is totally up to you. If you want to do it a little bit, like for example, this one is pretty round all the way around, but sometimes if you have a sign or a bow that you're going to attach, you may want to decide on which part of the wreath you're going to put your item. So this one, to me, it almost looks like an egg shape. I don't know if anybody else sees that, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it like this with the top being up here. So, okay, let me just send this comment here. All right, thank you. Don't forget to let me know when you're watching and you hop on. So let's go ahead and put on our sign. So I'm going to put the sign, which I kind of already gauged it a little to attach the pipe cleaners, but I'm going to go a little bit lower on the wreath. So that will leave up here for the bow. And then I thought I'd do some of the florals all around it. So we're going to do this. Here we go. We're going to just go ahead. So to attach this with a pipe cleaner, all you do is take the pipe cleaner, which is right here. We have two because it's on and it's twisted in the back. We're just going to poke one through the middle of the grapevine here. And then we're going to do the same thing with the other. And then I'll flip it over and show you guys what it looks like. And the great thing about the grapevines is they're very easy to work with. This is the trickiest part, is trying to make sure that you get the pipe cleaners through the grapevine. But they are super easy to work with. So now what I'm going to do is flip it over. And then if you see, these are the two ends of the pipe cleaners coming through. So I'm just going to kind of hold it on so that I can get all of the pipe cleaner through the grapevine back. And then that's what's going to attach the sign to the front. And then once I get this section here nice and tight, I'm just going to twist both ends and do the same thing on the other side. So here is my sign on that end. I'm just going to leave that for a minute until I decide that this is where I want it to be. And then what I'm going to do is the same thing on this side. So I'm going to take the pipe cleaner end, put it through the grapevine, And then do the same thing on the other pipe cleaner. Sometimes if these are packed really tightly, it can be hard to get the pipe cleaner through, but if you just stick your scissors through it or an awl, it'll just make a little space for it to go right in. All right, so on this one, we have it here, and I'll flip this one over, and we're going to do the same thing. So I'm just going to twist, 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 make sure that it's tight, and then I'm going to clip off the ends of the sign because we don't need all that extra on there. So here's where our sign is going to be. Cute, right? All right, so now I'm going to take my cutters. Here they are. Just clip the extra pipe cleaner, and I'm going to just kind of stick it in the grapevine so that it's off the back and it looks nice and smooth, like so. All right, let me check the comments. Hey, Joe, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so here is our wreath with a nice sign attached. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the bow. So normally you've seen I do the 4 ribbon bows, and I love to do all the different colored bows. But this time I thought I would keep it nice and simple because we're going for like a simple feel with the sign. And I'm also kind of doing a little bit of a neutral. So what I picked for this is, I loved these. I thought these were really fun florals. They're just kind of the white with the little like faux thing here. I thought those were kind of cute. And then I also brought these over to the table. They're orange flowers. They are big. They're a little on the bigger side, but I thought that they might be pretty with the 3 of them on this little bush that I have here. And I just thought it was a nice springy color, but being that I want to keep it neutral, we're just going to kind of add this in and see what we think. So that's what I have for this. So this is definitely on the more simple side, and you don't have to have a ton of supplies. You can kind of use just a few things if that's what you have on hand. So I'm going to do the tail about 6 inches. I'm guessing. I'm going to say about 6 inches. And then I have my very trusty handy dandy Bojabra. I love it. There's a link in my bio, and it's also in my Facebook profile. If you're interested in Bojabra, I do have an affiliate link. I love this bow maker. So now we're going to just do our loops. So I have twisted one side, flipped it over, and put it through the other side of the Bojabra with the back of the ribbon up. Then we're going to do a loop. I usually do my loops around 5 to 6 inches. Especially on this one, I'm going to go about 5, I'd say. And then all you do is take the ribbon, you're going to make the loop over. Let me turn it so you can see it. See the loop? We're just going to twist and put it in the middle of the Bojabra. And then what that does is it holds it for us, so it makes this nice pretty loop. So this is going to be the first loop. Now, because I'm doing 1 ribbon, I'm going to do several of these loops. I want it to be a substantial bow, even though it is all going to be 1 ribbon and it's neutral. I still want it to be very easy to see. So how is everybody doing? What did you do this weekend? What's the weather like where you are? I am in New Hampshire. It is 50-ish, I think. Let me look. Oh, no, it's not 50. It's 32. It felt like 50, but it was nice. The sun was out. So we are ready for spring over here. All right, so I'm just going to repeat the process, do another loop, put it right on top of my first loop, just like this. So now we have 2. So I'm just going to do a couple of little loops back and forth. And you can make them, I'm making them about the same size on this bow, which is going to give us a nice symmetrical look. But you can certainly do them a little bit smaller if you want them to be kind of sticking out a little bit more, to be a little bit more profound on the bow. All right, now I'm going to flip it through on this side, do the same thing, twist, press it down. So that gives us 3, and then I'm going to do 1 more, I think, in each side. So we'll do 4, and this is a wide ribbon. This is a 2.5 inch, 2.5 inch ribbon, which is wider than the regular 1.5 that I use. I usually use a 1.5 and a 2.5, but this one we're just going to do the 2.5. So I'm just going to do 1 more set of loops on each side. and then we'll be done, and then we'll do our tails. So let me see the comments. Don't forget to hashtag replay for me if you're watching replay, if I'm not live, so that I can welcome you in. And here we will cut off. I really did a good job twisting that one up. Okay, I'm going to leave it up there. So now we have our bow dabber. Let me turn it so you guys can see it. I'm going to get my little wand, my smoosher. We're going to put it in the middle, in between. See, it has these nifty little pieces in the middle so that you can put the wand right in. And then we're going to press down. Now, I like to do this and kind of adjust the ribbon tails and the loops at the same time. It just is a good time while it's all nice and secured into the bow maker. So I'm just going to do this. Squish it down a little bit. See, and you can actually see like the ribbon popping up, which is nice. That's what's going to give it its shape. And then there are a couple of different ways that you can end a bow. I'm using a pipe cleaner. I love this color. I prefer this one because they're nice and neutral. So I'm going to use this to attach the bow to my wreath and also to tighten up the bow. You can use a zip tie. You can use floral wire. Bow Dabber has their own wire, which is really nice too. This one I'm just going to do simple, and use my pipe cleaner. So what I'm going to do is I take it out of the bow maker. I'm just going to flip it over like this. So I'm on the back. I put my pipe cleaner in the middle. I just want to even this out a little bit because this is not quite even. All right. So we have I'm holding it with just my couple fingers. Pull on the pipe cleaner and pull it towards me and twist at the same time. That's what's going to hold the bow together. And voila. Okay, now we can make it pretty. Now we get to do the fluffing the bow part, which is really easy. You can fluff any kind of bow. If you have something that you get or you buy in a store and it's like smooshed, don't even worry about it. As long as it's got especially a wired ribbon, you will be able to reshape it. So on this one, I'm just going to pull some of the loops apart to give it a little bit of shape here. And then I will fix the ends. I'm going to do a dovetail end. So you can make it kind of however you want. If you wanted to make the bows all on one side, you can. If you want to make it, you can do more loops for an even fuller bow or larger loops. There's lots of options with this, which is what makes it fun. So I'm going to go ahead and just see how that came together. Hold on, I don't like this one. There we go. So this is the kind of where I'm going to leave it. And then once I get it on the wreath, I can adjust it again. But I just love this ribbon. It's a white and like linen colored ribbon. Super easy, super simple, nice and neutral. So I'm going to dovetail the ends. We're just going to fold it in half and then cut diagonally from the end up to the middle and attach it to the wreath. So, all right, let me just check in. How's everybody doing? Let me know where you're watching from. I hope everybody is having a good Sunday, getting ready for the week. I can't believe it's already almost the end of March. This is crazy. St. Patty's Day. Everybody's probably recovering if they went out to celebrate St. Patty's Day. Okay, so we have our bow here. We have our wreath. So now I'm going to attach it. So when I do this, I kind of just flip the bow around. I'll flip this around just to kind of see where we think we might like it. So the thing I love about this ribbon is that you can kind of shape it and it will stay where you put it. So I think what I'm going to do is put it a little bit more on the side than the top. And of course you can do this however you want. Let me see if I can get it you could put it on the bottom if you wanted to do like flowers on the bottom with a ribbon. That would be really cute. You could also put it more in the center up here if you wanted. It really is just however you like it. That's the super easy part about this. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the same exact thing with the bow that I did for the sign. To attach it, you just take the pipe cleaner ends and kind of feed them through the grapevine. I'm not going to put it on the thing on the table because I don't want to smush it. But here are the two ends. Same thing. You just kind of go a little bit in each grapevine side, pull these together and twist like so. Make sure it's nice and tight. And then I'm going to clip these ends off. So here is the bow. That guy off. All right. So let's go ahead and add some floral. So I have my glue gun. Let me just make sure it's on. You can use a glue gun, or some people use the glue pot. I am just way too klutzy to use a glue pot. It's just personal preference. I'm very clumsy. So I don't use that. I just use my glue gun. But that's okay. Everybody has their preference, and that's fine. So I'm just going to go ahead and straighten out the loops, and then I'll show it to you guys. So we can move these loops over here on the side a little bit so that they don't cover the sign totally. It's okay if they're over a little of the sign. Like, I'm okay with that. I just want to make sure that the sign can be seen. And I really thought that leaving this kind of this neutral color would give it like a very monochromatic look. I can also shorten these tails if I need to, once we decide if, once the florals are on. Okay. Cute, right? Let me just get this guy over a little more. This ribbon is super easy to work with. And with a grapevine wreath, you can really like place things exactly where you want them. I think that that's like a nice thing about using the grapevine. Okay, there we go. Here we go. Okay, so let me know what you think. Don't forget to let me know where you're watching from, and don't forget #replay so I can welcome you. Hey Joe, thank you so much for sharing this. I so appreciate it. To the Bodabra Fan Gallery. Awesome, thank you. I just love this. Isn't this cute so far? Awesome. Okay, so if you comment, I do have to like click a button to post it or whatever, because I am using StreamYard. So just a heads up, go ahead and comment and I will approve it and get it posted. So here is where we're at so far. We have our nice bow, we have our sign. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use a little bit of these florals that I had. I think that this is a wreath that I would not put out somewhere where it's going to get really wet, just because these florals are a little delicate, but you could definitely put it on a door if you have any kind of overhang or protection from the direct rain. I just wouldn't let it get soaked. And these came from Hobby Lobby, which I can tell because they have their little tag on them. I'm going to have to cut that off. So that is that. And then I also have the orange florals as well. So let's clip these off. So I'm just kind of clipping them at the bottom. I'm going to leave them on the longer side because I can always shorten them. I just don't want to cut them too short in the beginning. So I am going to leave them a little on the long side. Okay. Get rid of the tag. Here's some of these. And then I'm going to go ahead and get the, this one is nice. It's all big. I'm going to clip the florals as well. And Easter is coming quick. It is early this year. I actually didn't even realize it was so early until a couple days ago. It was crazy. Okay, I'm going to leave that one for now. And then I do have these orange florals. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with these. I have 3 left. There were more on this one, but I have used a couple. So I'm going to see if these, and these I believe came from Joann's. And again, I'm going to leave them a little bit longer. I like the greenery on this one too. So when I have a bush like this and I have extra greenery, if it's nice and I like it and I think it would be good to reuse, I will save it. So I have these greens that we're going to clip off too. And then if we need them, we can always use those as well. Just answer my quick question here. All right. So let's add our orange florals. Let me grab my other clipper. Okay. So clip this guy. Perfect. All right. So now we have our little happy Easter. So I'm going to just kind of go in with the flowers to see where we think we might like them. So I think because the sign has this nice big part here, I'm going to put the florals kind of coming out up over here and like on this side mostly. So let me just see what I think about this guy here. See how that kind of, It gives it a pop of color, but this orange color is very like neutral, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to clip off this guy to make it a little bit shorter. And then I have my glue gun. Mine is very, very seasoned. See, it's got all the glitter and stuff on it. So this is the Ryobi, which I love. This is the full size. I've used it for over 2 years now, and it is the best glue gun ever, in my opinion. It does use the Ryobi batteries, which we have. That's the tools that we use, and my husband has Ryobi tools in his workshop, so that is something we already had on hand. But if you were in the market and you have a Ryobi batteries, or you want something to be like super heavy duty, this is it. This does get crazy hot though. That's the only thing, which is good. But it definitely, especially in the beginning, it took me a while to figure out how to not get burned fingers. So that was definitely a learning curve. So what I did is I just put 2 of our flowers here on the top, like so. And then I'm going to put one over here, I think, kind of more in the bow, because I want them to show, but I also don't want them to be like sticking out quite so far. So let's do that. So what do you think? Do you decorate for Easter? What's on your front door? I need to actually put something on mine because right now there's nothing on it. It is completely bare. So let's take this one. Now, let's see, placing these in here. You can actually put them in where the ribbon is, where the bow is. You could totally do that. I think I'm just going to clip this one a little bit shorter. That's cute. It's got a lot of stem here. Hold on. I may not even be able to get it out because it's really stuck in there. Okay, so I'm just going to clip a little bit of this one off so that it will go kind of where I want it. All right. Isn't this so pretty? It has like the lighter inside and then the darker orange on the outside. I got a couple of these. I used them last summer. I think I had some that I even used in a Halloween arrangement that I did. And then now I figured it'd be fun for the Easter for the spring. It's a nice alternative to like a super pastel. Okay, so here's our 3 flowers. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to go in and add some of these other white florals. All right, let me check the comments. What does Miss Jo say? Keep some yellow mustard close by. Oh, that's interesting. Jo, I've never heard that before. That is good to know. The first, like, I want to say few months, but it was more than that. I cannot even tell you how many times I burned myself. And it wasn't even just using it. Like, if you have it nearby and like you catch it, it's, whew, that baby's hot. That is very interesting though. I'll have to do that. I'll have to try the yellow mustard trick. That's a good one. All right, so here is our first florals. So I do tend to kind of put everything in, like I definitely don't do as much like wide florals as I should. I like them to kind of be very close in. But I love these because they are kind of whimsy and they have this like light feel to them. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of put them all over. So, Jo, that is so interesting about the yellow mustard. I've never heard of that before. I have tried a couple of other brands. I have the smaller, they actually make a mini Ryobi glue gun that is equally as good. It just is, it's a little bit too small for me to use every day. So I have that as a backup. And I have one at my in-laws house in Florida because it is perfect for if you're doing like tree decorating or bows. So I'm a big fan of the Ryobi. That is definitely something that I love. So let's go ahead and just put a few more of these on this side, and then I'll flip it around and do the other side. And you literally just pop them in the Grapevine. That's all there is to it. You don't even have to like do anything special to get them to stick. You just pop them in. And then I think with this guy, what I'm going to do is go in closer to the bow so it will stick up a little bit just to give it a little more shape. I'm just going to put a little glue on there. And then put this guy in here. Okay. And then you can kind of move them around too because they're wired. I think that looks really cute. All right, let's do some on this side now. I hope everybody's having a good weekend. It's almost Monday again. This is crazy. Easter's only a couple weeks away, 3 weeks away, I think, from today. Is that right? Let me know if you know, because I'm not sure off the top of my head, but I think it's 3 weeks from today. I don't use a glue gun often, but when I do, you can bet I have them. Yeah, I totally agree, Joe. I did try, like I said, I did try the glue pot, and I am like way too klutzy. I'm just afraid I'm gonna like knock it over. That's my fear of that. So I don't mind using the glue gun. Some people say it's not as fast as if you just dip it in the pot, but then I don't have to worry about it. And like, it's just easier for me to do the glue gun. The glue pots are really cute though. And I've seen some that look like little crock pots. The one I have is like a skillet. I saw some other people online that suggested it. So I got that one and it does work great. And you just reuse your glue. That's the other thing too. That's kind of nice. Easter's April 9th. Oh my gosh. It's freaking me out that it's coming up so quickly. All right, so I'm going to put this loop back here again because this one keeps wanting to come forward. So we're just going to scoot it back and like pull the ribbon up. And then when we're done, I'll cut these tails off. I can't believe Easter is April 9th. That is crazy. That's crazy. And then will be Mother's Day, I think, is after that. Is that right? All right, so I'm just going to do a few more in here. And these would make a great, if you're going somewhere for Easter and you want to bring something, a wreath is a great idea and will last longer than traditional fresh flowers, which I love fresh flowers, do not get me wrong. But if you like to bring something to your guest's house, that would be a really good idea. All right, let's put a couple more in, and then I'm going to show you guys how it looks. And when after the live, I'll take some pictures and post it and then share it with everybody. So what do we think? Here's our happy Easter, and then here's the florals. Let me put it down so you can see it. I think it came out really cute. I think I might add a few more, but I'm going to stand it up and take a picture and see what it looks like. But I have all of these nice whimsy florals here that are giving it a lot of shape. And then also it kind of is a neutral, but it does have that little pop of orange. So that's kind of fun. And the sign is like so cute, super cute. And this grapevine measures, this is a 14-inch grapevine. So it is a nice substantial size. And I'll put a hanger on the back and it will be all done. So here's our Easter grapevine. I also have more of our famous bunnies to do. I'm going to actually put a couple of these in a wreath, which I'm very excited about. And yeah, lots of good things. So thank you so much for joining me. And I hope that you guys have a great rest of your Sunday evening. Thank you.